Hello students, my name is Mahendra Garat. I am from K. Pandurang Patil Utkarsh Vidyalay and Junior College, Virar. I am going to teach you today chemical reactions and equations from Science section 1. Okay, when we write a chemical reaction or chemical equation, you have to follow certain rules. So these rules are nothing but what they are known as a convention. Convention used while writing a chemical equation. Okay. So the first rule is there that reactants you have to write left hand side LHS, means when you will carry out the reaction, that time reactants always you have to write left hand side, and products you have to write right hand side RHS. Let's say example, just now we did, that is magnesium react with the oxygen, you will get MgO. Okay, so here magnesium and the oxygen are my reactants, so that I wrote left hand side, and magnesium oxide is my product, so that I have written right hand side. Okay, now between the reactants and products, reactants and the product, you have to separate by headed arrow towards product side. Okay, so that is our first convention. The first convention is reactant you have to write left hand side, product you have to write right hand side, and reactant and product are separated by headed arrow towards product side. Now second convention or second rule you have to follow when you write chemical equation, that is, let's say example, suppose HCl hydrochloric acid react with the NaOH sodium hydroxide, I will get here NaCl plus H2O. So here I have hydrochloric acid and the NaOH as a reactant. So I have two reactants. So when there are two reactants or two product, or two or more than two reactants, or two or more than two products, then this reactants and product you have to separate by plus sign. Okay, so when there are two or more reactants are products present in reaction, then they are separated by putting plus sign. You have to put plus sign between the two reactant or between the two product. Okay, this is the second convention, or you can say second rule in chemical reaction. This is the chemical reaction, that is what hydrochloric acid react with the sodium hydroxide, will get sodium chloride and the water. So between HCl and the NaOH, I put plus sign to separate two reactants. Same way between sodium chloride and the water, I put plus sign, so that what I can separate two product. This is a second rule. Third rule you have to follow when you write chemical reaction, that is the states of physical states. States of reactants and products. If the reactant or product is in a solid, then you have to write S, small s. If it is a liquid, then you have to write L. If it is in a gaseous state, then you have to write small g. If it is a dissolve in a water, anything dissolve in a water, that is a aqueous, then you have to write AQ. Okay, let's take example. Suppose when I burn carbon in a air or coal in a air, so I can write carbon is burned in a air, I will get CO2. Okay, so here the state of carbon, you know what is state of carbon? The state of carbon is what? It is a solid, so I will write S. Oxygen you will get in a gaseous state, so you will write small g. And carbon dioxide, it is a gas, carbon dioxide will get gaseous form, so I will write what? G. Or you can write this example, that is the magnesium. Here you will see that is the magnesium, it is a solid state, so I will write here S. Oxygen gaseous state, it is a G. And magnesium oxide, it is in a solid state, so I will write S. Same way this reaction, that is, this is a neutralization reaction between acid and base. So HCl dissolve in a water, so I will write here AQ. AQ. NaOH dissolve in a water, I will write AQ. Sodium chloride present in water, so I write here AQ. But water in a liquid state, so I will write L. Okay, so when the reactants or products present in a, you have to mention when you write any chemical reaction, that time you have to specify, you have to mention its physical state. Means if it is a solid, then you have to write a small s. If it is a liquid, then you have to write a small l. If it is a gaseous, then you have to write small g. If it is a dissolved in water, anything dissolved in water, that is the aqueous. So you write AQ. Okay. Let's take one more example, like just now we have seen that zinc, when I put zinc in a copper sulfate solution, I got zinc sulfate and copper get deposit. Okay. So here the state of zinc, what is the state of zinc? The state of zinc we have seen, that is what, it is a solid. I dissolve copper sulfate in water, so it will be aqueous. Again I got zinc sulfate in a liquid state, so it dissolve in a, it is present in water, so it is a AQ, and this is what, it is a solid. Okay. So these are the rules you have to, this is what you can say the third convention or third rule when you write the chemical equation. Now next is, there are certain reactions, like you can say calcium carbonate, CaCO3. Now CaCO3, I have CaCO3 here. That CaCO3, when you will heat it, it will convert into, when you will heat calcium carbonate, it will convert into CaO plus CO2 gas will come out. But this reaction will take place in presence of heat, means you have to supply heat. So when I supply heat, you have to put a triangle on the headed arrow. Okay. So reaction in which when you supply heat from the external, then you have to put triangle on the arrow. So here calcium carbonate, when I heat it, it will get converted to calcium oxide and carbon dioxide gas. So here the state of calcium carbonate is what, it is a solid, so I will write S. Calcium oxide is a S, and carbon dioxide is in a product, carbon dioxide I got. So instead of writing a G, you can write as a upward arrow. So upward arrow tells that gas is what, it is a gas is released during the chemical reaction. Same way here copper is get deposited. So when a copper get deposited, instead of writing S, I will write here what, downward arrow. Okay. So this is what my fourth rule. So if it is a heat, the triangles is nothing but what, it is a heat gain, or you can say heat supply. When the heat is supplied, you have to write a triangle. When gas is released in a product, you have to show the upward arrow, and when the solid is formed in the product, you have to show downward arrow. Now next convention, that is a fifth rule. Like there are some reactions you have to carry it out in presence of what you can say the pressure, or you can say you have to mention temperature, or you can say catalyst. There are reactions which take place in presence of particular temperature, or you can say the catalyst, or you can say the pressure. Let's take example, vanaspati, sorry, or you can say vegetable oil. In vegetable oil, which is a liquid state, when you add hydrogen gas in that, then it convert into vanaspati ghee. Here this reaction is take place at 60 degrees Celsius, means until and unless you will not supply heat till 60 degree, the reaction is not possible. As well as you use, to speed up the reaction, you use nickel as a catalyst. Okay, so that heat you have to specify on the arrow, on or below the arrow, heat or you can say catalyst, whichever you will use, that you have to mention on the arrow. That is our next convention, or you can say the next rule. So whenever you have to write the pressure, or you can say the temperature, or you can say the catalyst, you have to write on the headed arrow. I hope it is clear. Next, take one more example, like a preparation of ammonia by Haber process. Preparation of ammonia by Haber process. Haber is the name of scientist. He prepare ammonia. So ammonia I can prepare that hydrogen gas react with the nitrogen gas. Hydrogen gas react with the nitrogen gas. I will get here NH3. Okay, so I will multiply this by 2, hydrogen I will multiply by 3. So just hydrogen and the nitrogen, if we will mix, the reaction will not take place. The reaction is not possible. This reaction you have to carry out. To carry out this reaction, you require temperature, that is 400 to 450 degrees Celsius. Very high temperature is required. So that you have to write above the arrow. Same way, the reaction is carried out in presence of Fe as a catalyst. Fe, iron as a catalyst. And the pressure maintained is around 200 atmospheric pressure. So that you have to mention. Okay. So when there are some reactions which are carried out in presence of some special conditions, they require some special conditions, like you can say pressure, temperature, catalyst. So this pressure, temperature, or you can say catalyst, that you have to write on the headed arrow. Here I have shown you vegetable oil is converted to vanaspati ghee, which we use at our home. So in this reaction we add hydrogen in vegetable oil. So vegetable oil is a liquid state, it will convert into solid ghee. So this reaction is possible when you supply heat of 60 degrees Celsius and in presence of catalyst nickel. Same way, when you prepare ammonia gas. So ammonia is prepared from nitrogen gas and the hydrogen gas. So this reaction is carried out at 400 to 450 degrees Celsius in presence of iron as a catalyst, and pressure is around 200 atmospheric pressure. So that you have to write on the arrow. Okay. So that is my sixth rule, or you can say a fifth rule, or you can say fifth convention. Now one more is there, that is concentrations. There are some reactions like you can say copper react with the dilute sulfuric acid. You will get a product, but you will get a product that will be the different. And as well as copper react with the concentrated nitric acid. Okay, last convention, or you can say last rule to write the chemical equations is nothing but what? Concentrations of the reactants. Means as the concentration changes, you will find out here I have wrote example, copper react with dilute. This word is important, you have to write this dilute, whatever concentration you use, that you have to write. Dilute nitric acid will give you CuNO3 twice plus nitrogen dioxide plus water. In the second case, same I took copper, plus in that you have to add concentrated nitric acid, so you have to write concentrated word. In short form you can write as a conc, CONC. Then you will get a product, that is what? CuNO3 twice plus you will get a nitric oxide and the water. Okay, so you have to write the concentrations of a reactant. If it is dilute, then you have to write DIL. If it is concentrated, then you have to write CONC below the reactants. Okay, so these are the conventions, or can say the rules, when you write the chemical equation. You have to follow these rules when you write any chemical equations or any chemical reaction, then you have to follow these rules. That first rule is what? Just will revise it. First rule, that is what? Key reactants you have to write left hand side, product you have to write right hand side. Reactants and product you have to separate by the headed arrow. Headed word is important. Headed arrow towards product side. Then second rule, if two or more than two reactants or products are present, then you have to separate that reactants or product by putting plus sign. Then next rule, that is what? You have to write the physical sets of reactant and the product. If it is solid, then you have to write S. If it is a liquid, then you have to write L. If it is a gaseous, then you have to write G. If it is aqueous, dissolved in water, then you have to write AQ. Like here I wrote that carbon react with the oxygen. When carbon is burned in air, you will get a carbon dioxide. So state of carbon is what? Solid. Oxygen is what? Gaseous. Carbon dioxide is again gaseous. Same way, when I carried out the reaction of zinc, when reacted with copper sulfate, I will get zinc sulfate and copper. So state of zinc is what? It is solid. Copper sulfate I dissolve in water, so it will be aqueous. Zinc sulfate I got, that is again present in water, so it is aqueous. And copper, it is deposited, so I have shown in a downward arrow. Same way, there are certain rules you have to follow, like when you supply heat, when you carried out any reaction, when you supply heat, so you have to write triangle on the headed arrow. When the gas is evolved, then you have to write arrow upward direction arrow. When the solid, or you can say the precipitate is formed, that time you have to write the downward arrow, like here I wrote. Then suppose heat is evolved, like this is a reaction, or you can say this is a reaction, neutralization reaction. Acid react with base, you will get salt and water. Along with this, heat is evolved, so I can write plus heat. Okay, so along with the reactant and the product, heat is evolved, so you have to write plus heat. Okay, then there are some reactions which are carried out in presence of what you can have the temperature, pressure, or you can have the catalyst. So this temperature, pressure, catalyst you have to write on the headed arrow. So let's say example, vegetable oil, when hydrogen is added, it is converted to vanaspati ghee. So this reaction is carried out at 60 degrees Celsius. So I wrote 60 degree on the headed arrow, as well as nickel as a catalyst, which I wrote below the arrow. Or you can say preparation of ammonia by Haber process. Here hydrogen react with a nitrogen, but when at 400 to 500 degrees Celsius, the temperature will be this much. This reaction is carried out in presence of catalyst Fe, and the pressure is 200 atmospheric pressure. So that you have to write above and below the arrow. Same way, last one, that is what, when you take the concentrations of reactant. So if it is dilute, then you have to write DIL below that reactant, or if it is a concentrated, then you have to write conc, CONC as a short form, conc that reactant. Okay. So these are the rules when you write chemical equations you have to follow.